Welcome back, Blade fans. This old sword with you with a brand new Kizer knife. Yes, it is a Kizer knife. It probably looks a little different than other Kizers you've seen, particularly lately. It's not an all-titanium knife. And it's not some of the EDCs you're familiar with, like the big lighter and so forth. This is constructed much differently. In fact, right off, I'm going to give you a quick comparison with the BladeHQ Penguin. Very similar construction, wouldn't you say? Now again, there are many knife designs out there. These are just two, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities, just, overall. Workmanship, looks, construction, etc., etc. Okay, set that notion aside. Maybe we'll bring the Penguin out again a little bit later. So this is something brand new that's out from Kizer, and I'm going to give you the designer's name in a moment. Look at that interesting blade. This is touted as being one of the largest BladeHQ knives. I'm sorry, there I go. Kizer. One of the largest Kizer knives. It's 9 inches overall. So there's some others out there like the Odin that are large, and a few others in all titanium. But this may very well be the longest, that is, Kizer knife. From BladeHQ, and the designer is someone I had not heard of before. The designer is Arsenyan. That's Arsenyan. You'll see it in the thumbnail photo. And this is called the In-Yan, I-N-Y-A-N. So very interesting. I'm going to guess that the maker is Armenian, because when I look up that name, I get a lot of hits on Armenian names. I could be wrong. If you know, let me know. If you were of that culture and background, and you know what the name is, let me know. He also goes by, assuming it's a he also goes by Assassin Knives, which is what the box says. If you look at the end of the box, you'll see it right there. Knives is misspelled, of course, as K-I-N-V-E-S, or whatever. And you can see that the blade length's listed as 3.8. We'll give you the exact blade length in a moment. I found that all the specs on BladeHQ were accurate, with the exception of the weight, and so we'll weigh it. So we have a beautifully constructed, simple construction, liner locking folder, smooth lines, interesting drop point, almost spear point blade, beautifully stonewashed. The steel is N690, N like Nancy, 690. Steel liners, nice and thick. And I want you to check the action out on this. Isn't that crazy? That's probably the best drop shut action. And then again, drop shut's not a necessity, as we know. Best drop shut action on a BladeHQ knife, or almost any knife of this type of construction out of the box. Very slender in through the cross section of the handle there. Open construction with a backspacer on the pommel end. Yes, this one is orange. They are coming out with a black blade, OD green and black combo handle. Now this is a great candidate, should I choose to go down that road, for a RIT dyeing, because you can easily take off that scale section, move the clip on this side, get the backspacer out, and dye it up. What color, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what color you can make the orange. It is a little lighter in tone, so maybe I can do it like a gray or maybe even a blue. I mean, who knows? But going from one color to the other, you don't always get exactly what you want. Okay, so much for that. You either like the orange or you don't, or you're sort of ambivalent. And at this point, because this is the only model of it I could get at this point, I really wanted to see the knife, really wanted to hold it, function it, etc. Look at the flipper. Almost a front or end flipper. Well, front flipper would be out there. Very, very low profile. Got nothing sticking up here. It's actually out at the pivot end of the knife. Opens relatively easily. It's got a pretty good detent. I could shake it open with a lot of force, but it doesn't come out on its own. So that I like. Again, all you have to do is bring your index finger over the pivot end of the knife and comes out very easily. Once it does, you got a beautiful straight back spine. You got pretty effective jimping. A deep carry clip almost to the end. Flush screws, which is beautiful. Nothing to hang up on. Clip is not inset, and it is not, unfortunately, switchable to the left side of the knife. Two-tone, black G10, orange G10. There's your Kizer emblem. There is either a serial number or a model number. I think it's could be a serial number. There's your N690 mark up here. And then here you have Assassin and the name of the knife, the Arsenyan. So yeah, I know. Do we want to be carrying around knives and get caught with them maybe too long or whatnot that say Assassin? I'm not sure. I've got another knife by the name of Assassin. Trying to think of the brand right now. It just escapes me, but the reviews out there. But I like this knife. It's got some great lines. You've got a beautiful, useful, gradual belly there with an upturn at the end. A long blade, large knife, which I like. A very slim knife. Ergos are great. You got a place to cap the pommel with your thumb. It's a nice straight blade, and I like straight blades. I don't like blades that drop too much or rise up too much. So, functional as an EDC, yes. And let's recite a few measurements off of BladeHQ, all of which I found to be true, except for the weight. So we'll stop after the weight and we'll weigh it up. So we've got an overall length of this Arsenyan of 9 inches, a blade length of 3.875, a cutting edge of 3.75 because of that sharpening choil you see there. It's a flat ground drop point Bowler N690. Handle length of 5.125 inches, handle width of 1 inch, a handle thickness of 0.48. It could be a little slimmer than that. I'm not sure. Maybe that's one other check we'll make. They're saying it weighs 5.42 ounces, and I found it's lighter than that. And the V4573 is the model number. The designer is, here we have a full name now, Arsenyan Arsen, A-R-S-E-N. So Arsenyan Arsen is the designer. And this is considered everyday carry. So first thing we're going to do is check the weight. And we got a weight of less than 5. It's 4.630 ounces, which was more what I was assuming. In inches, you have 0.49. They called it 0.48. Let's make sure I'm measuring exactly in the right. Yeah, look at that, 0.48. Matched them up on that. Got some great work on skeletonizing lightning holes. Look at them. Bigger holes there, and there's a row up top here. See if we can get it. Yes, of a series of smaller holes on the clip side. So for a large knife, 9 inches long, that is what lightens it up. And again, let me just do this a few times. The action's amazing. I've never run into out of the box liner lock with that kind of action. Maybe I have, but not recently. Smooth as silk, yet locks up tight as a drum. Okay, there is the Penguin again by BladeHQ, since I have it available. It is a shorter knife, and I thought the Penguin was a fairly large knife. But again, you can see the similar makeup and construction of these two knives. I mean, they could have almost been made by the same manufacturer. Maybe you know something I don't, but that's a Kizer, that's a BladeHQ as far as I know. Go large right away with our large standard. The Rat 1, significantly smaller in this case. If we switch them around, you get a more accurate perspective even. And you can see that the Arsenyan is definitely a larger, longer blade. Again, something more conventional, such as the Griptilian. It is a much larger knife than the Griptilian. So if you like your long, large blades that aren't too wide across the handle, this is a beauty. I mean, whether you just grab this for your collection or as an EDC, that N690 steel holds up quite well, used extensively by Fox and Bastinelli. Although Bastinelli's going M390 lately, and some higher end steels and some of his newer knives, but for most of the folders in the past, they have been N690, and it's a highly regarded steel. You can look up everything about it under Knife Steel Compositions, which is a great app. Use it and check on steels all the time with it. And you may have your own source, so that's fine as well. Well, we're getting up there in time, so I'm going to leave you. And don't forget to like this video, and of course, if you haven't already, subscribe, because you'll get notifications when new stuff comes out, and I will review it. Be well, take care, we'll catch you soon.